subscribe, love, like. We're sponsored by the Spunk Lube and rebroadcast by the Demon Seed Radio Network. We could not do any of this without you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please give us that bump. Okay. Porn Search People Podcast. I'm Dan Frigolette. I'm here with Rachel Domino.
Hi, everyone.
Okay,
yes, that's right.
You make me like I just fucked it up, which would not be the first time that I've done that. I have a hard enough time doing my own name. Thank you. We're at Exotica.
Edison.
In Edison, New Jersey. You have a beautiful view of the highway, which is not it's not a jab at you, it's a jab at Edison. Because this is what Edison this is it. It's
the East Coast. We're on the East Coast.
Oh.
This is what you see when you're on the East Coast.
No,
when
I
you're
was
in the
gonna
Midwest,
say-
you're not going to see this
No,
as
it's
much.
like a convention town. So it's just hotel,
Exactly.
hotel, highway.
Exactly, so that you can get to the hotel.
So how long have you been in town? How many Exoticas have you been to? How many questions can I ask you in a row, really?
Well, as long as I can remember them all, you can ask as many as you want. We came in yesterday. We drove because of all the... From Indiana.
Okay.
And how many Exoticas? This is like my fourth or fifth. I've been to the one in Chicago. I've been here a couple of times. But because of my other work schedule, I haven't always gotten to be able to schedule being here. And this one being right as it is here in October, I was like, yes, I get to go to one finally.
Yeah, last year was what? Last year was like
They're always in
Halloween
November.
Weekend kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're always in one more weekend by, and I'm always busy.
Nice. And then did I ask you a third? I don't think I asked you a third question. Let me. Okay, so this is I'm in hostile territory I'm gonna talk about it. Indiana drivers. You're closer to Chicago side,
I'm
but
closer to
Indiana
Chicago.
drivers are some of the most aggressive, confused, hypocritical, and potentially.
Are you sure you've been in Indiana?
No, it's
No.
awful.
Indiana, they're like pokey slow because they're used to being behind tractors and farmers and.
Here's what I find
I don't
in
know.
Indiana is if you decide the person in the fast lane is not going fast and you decide you want to go around them, no matter what lane you go around them in, there's going to be a problem.
Oh well, yeah.
That's what I find.
Because they pick a lane and they don't have the concept of you pass in this lane and you drive in this lane. No, they pick their lane that they want to be in.
And they just chill.
And they stay there.
All the slow lane.
Exactly.
Which is fine if when I pass you, you don't try to murder me and my family.
Exactly.
But they do.
Well,
which I don't understand.
They get fussy because they think once they get on the freeway that everybody should be going the same speed and you shouldn't be in any kind of a hurry.
Is that literally the thought process? Is like we've decided what the speed limit is, regardless of what it says on this sign.
Exactly. Oh,
yes. Because you got 70 miles an hour in Indiana.
No. If it was, but it used to be.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of people who it used to be. Well, I don't know what it is now is 70, but you get people on there who say it never used to be 70. It used to be 50, and I'm only going 50 miles an hour.
Was the vibe.
Because we got.
Because
like
I see
around
70,
us.
so I go, cool, I'm going 80. I'm going to go 80.
Exactly.
And I'll go by the cops at 80, and nobody cares. The only people that care are the people in the trucks that are trying to run me off the road. Literally, like pickup trucks. Because I'm doing 80.
They're doing 50. And how dare you go 80, so they'll speed up and try to hurt you, and then they'll bring everybody back down to 50.
I don't understand the mentality. That's the thing. We have to get in front of you and slow you back down.
Right.
That's the thought process?
Yep.
Okay, this has been the bane of my life because I play the Midwest so much, and Missouri has a similar thing, but Indiana's one of the worst.
Yes.
Where there's this, it's like reverse entitlement. I don't.
Yeah, I know. No, it's the way it used to be. They're very hard in being able to change, and so it used to be 50. It might have been, and when they moved it up from 55, because that's the national speed limit, and went to 60, it was like, oh, we can't possibly do that. And then when they made some of the 70, that's it used to be. We have roads around us. So it used to be 35 miles an hour. They changed it because it's now a highway and it's paved and everything now, and you can go 55 on it. But it used to be 35.
Now this makes
and
so
I'm
much
75,
more sense.
and that's the way it used to be. So I will do that. And have a parade of cars behind me because there's a double yellow line and you can't pass them.
Right. I did not know that's why it was. Because like on farm roads, I get it. But like on the main highway, it's shenanigans. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And
that
you
explains
should see
it.
when they get the tractors
on
the main on the highways.
And I get that. It's like a tractor can only go so fast, so you deal with the thing. It's like, and they can't run up in front of you and try to cut you off and kill your family.
They'll make like double lines, so that you can't pass the tractor because it's a tractor. and you.
I'm a
you're supposed-
trackster. Nobody passes me.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Okay. Now that you've explained the mentality, it's easier. So literally, I have a joke about it. You'll probably hear it tonight. But I wrote the joke so that I don't murder people on the highway.
Sounds good.
Because it's always a problem. And so just having the catharsis that when it's happening, I go, I'll just talk about it on stage. It's fine.
There
It
we
really
go.
is like the. It's so funny.
I do a lot of driving when I'm traveling for my other business, and I will go. It's like, are you
This
people
is the
from
opposite.
Indiana?
This is the opposite because it's just there's no. I'm from New York State, and there is a perceived too fast. New Jersey doesn't have that. New Jersey is just
New
it's
Jersey,
like the
you just go.
Autobahn,
Yeah.
free for all.
Yes. Because it's like it's a small state. Because if you go into New York and you go like in a northern part of New York, yeah, they can be kind of like Indiana.
A little
But
bit.
they're a little faster.
A little
they are
bit.
a little faster.
Yeah.
They'll let you go 60 or 65.
Yes,
But they
you
get it because they
You
they're
nailed it.
like,
So it's a
yeah.
two-lane system, but now everybody's starting to hug the lane because they're deciding they're going to be
Yes.
the arbiter of how fast you can go.
Absolutely.
And 70 or 75 to them is enough.
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
There's, especially when it's a limited access highway. It's like, there's nobody going to hurt me here. Where does it matter?
Right.
Oh, no,
right.
no.
The two-lane system works. Get out, get
Yes.
back in. Get out, get back in. Get out, get back in. But then now you hop in the right, and they see you, and they try to block you
Yep.
so that you can't get to the
You know,
spot.
the places that just drive me crazy are those places where you have to turn right to turn left.
That's New Jersey, yeah.
No, Michigan.
Oh,
I don't think
Michigan.
there's.
Okay, I was going to say,
especially
so I grew up in New York,
Detroit.
so I don't have that. But so
Oh yeah,
in Michigan, they have that here.
and here too. It's,
Yeah. You have to turn
what
right
is
to turn
this? You
left.
have to turn right. You can't
I
turn
think-
left here, even though there's a stoplight.
Yeah, I think what happened was they watched too many or read too many Dr. Seuss books. So like
Something.
this super highway thing because they have to build this whole other apparatus to
Yes.
go up or under
Yes.
just to go left or right.
Absolutely.
And it's like some of these roads are what in every other part of the country is the same road like the Walmart would be
Yeah.
on. But instead you got to do this whole thing. And then the Walmart actually will be in New Jersey. The Walmart will be on that road, but you have to you have to figure out the weird
Yes, the weird little kind of
figure
thing.
eight that you gotta
Or a
do.
lot of in Michigan, you've got to turn right. You got to go down, and you can make a left-hand turn on that road so that you can go the direction that you want to go.
Right,
You
a
just
U-turn
can't make-
is part of the turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a New Jersey thing too.
And
yeah.
they have lights there and all that thing. Yeah, it's like
with this. I was across the street, but I had to do a big thing to get to here.
to get back over here. When
Yeah,
you were
'cause there's
just
only one
it's
way
like
in.
I could see where it is that I
Right.
want to go.
Right. Yeah,
but
you'll
I
be
can't
on this
get there.
highway, and you're like, oh, perfect. I'll just take a right. And you're like, no, you won't.
No, no.
You
You got to
gotta
go
do it.
2 miles down
Right.
before you can even get anywhere.
Right.
Yes.
It's like it's like the one time when you want to just be a passenger. You're like, I'm just gonna hop here
Yes.
and just walk
Yes.
across the
Or
highway. Way
Duluth,
easier.
Minnesota. Have you ever been through Duluth,
I
Minnesota?
don't think so.
Have you ever been through Atlanta?
Yeah.
Spaghetti Junction and all that. Okay.
Okay.
Think Spaghetti Junction in Atlanta in Duluth, Minnesota.
Okay.
3 times as worse.
Okay.
And except they have
so
they have
explain
it stacked.
So go heavier. So let's assume they don't have the reference point
Okay,
for
so
spaghetti.
Spaghetti Junction in Atlanta is a bunch of overpasses and underpasses, and they all go over each other, and it kind of looks like spaghetti.
Yeah.
So it's on the northeast corner in that area. Well, when you go up to Duluth, I think they decided because it's kind of hilly up there and stuff that instead of like going around the hills, they just build these elevated
Over the hill.
streets over the hills.
Yeah.
And then they just, we need another street. Well, we'll just build one taller.
So
and then
how
we'll just
many
build
on-
one taller.
So how many on top?
I've seen like 4 of them.
4 on top of each other.
Yeah. You know, one goes this way, and then you go, oh, you need to go here. Well, let's go over it and down and around. And it's just, I need to be, I need to be there. Well, then I have to go up and then go down to this highway and then go up to this
Right.
exit and go down. And it looked like whoever it was that designed it.
For me, I don't know why I have this thing in my head. Is the Dr. Seuss like when they built like a highway in one of the highways and byways?
Yes.
thing? I don't know which
Yeah.
book
Oh my
this
gosh.
is.
Yes. Absolutely.
I wonder if there's ever been an occurrence, probably not in Duluth, but where they've had one of those where there's been enough accidents where it's like trickling down onto the thing below it,
Oh my gosh.
right?
I can only I would guess. I would guess.
So not. I don't know why I keep wanting to put you in Fort Wayne. It's Are we allowed to talk about where you're from?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I not remember it now?
South Bend.
South Bend,
Mm-hmm.
Indiana, which is you said it's Notre Dameville.
Notre Dameville.
So what's the vibe? It's like really like that is the point of pride in the town. So it's like,
That's it.
are you
that's
guys Notre Damies?
Well, hubby is a Notre Dame.
I don't know.
He is. Hubby is a
Oh,
Notre
hubby
Dame.
is a
Hubby
Notre
is a
Dame. I
Notre
think
Dame.
so. Okay.
So, that whole family Phi-B thing.
Yeah.
But my family are all Purdue.
Okay.
But that's
And
very
Purdue is
down in West Lafayette.
Okay.
So a couple hours down
I went
south.
through that town the other day.
Yeah. It's a nice little town.
Well,
It's a great
because I
little
was
place.
on my way. It was one of those routes where I'm coming from either Dayton or whatever. I'm trying to get to Fort Wayne, and it's like mostly nothing.
Right.
And then it started being everything. And I was
Right.
like, where the hell am I?
Where am I? Yep.
And it was because of Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
Made the whole experience. It's like,
Right.
oh, this is a town because of this college.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, yes. Well, you got Lafayette, and then you have West Lafayette.
Yeah.
And West Lafayette is all Purdue.
Yeah.
So I'm I'm a grad at Purdue, and so and so is my mom and my sister and stuff, and so I live in Notre Dame country. So for the sake of peace, I cheer when I need to, and I deal
So,
with all the people and
But
all
are
that type
Purdue
of
and
thing.
Notre Dame enemies?
They're in-state rivals. I
Yeah.
mean, much like Purdue and IU are in-state rivals, or
Kentucky
anything like
and
that.
Louisville, right.
Exactly
Interesting.
like that. So, but Notre Dame plays so much nationally, and it's got such a national following
Yeah.
that if it makes you happy, you want to be a Notre Dame fan, not a problem. Just go right ahead.
Right.
Just don't be mad at if I put on my Purdue black and
Right.
gold and go from there.
Right. Interesting. Well, you're gold as well?
Oh yeah, Purdue is black and gold,
Okay.
an old gold,
Yeah. What's old gold?
not real bright and shiny.
Okay.
Not
real
as
bright and
not
shiny.
real bright and shiny. More of a muted gold.
I
kinda
like this.
thing.
I like this idea. Like you get your new iPhone. You're like, can I get it in an old gold, please?
Oh, there is such a
Is that a
thing.
choice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's. Oh yeah.
There's like
Oh,
all like
gosh, yes.
space. There's like space gold. Let me get it in old gold.
Old gold.
So South Bend to here. What's that? That's like a 10, 12 hour drive?
10 and a half.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Nice.
Depends on the people on the highways and the speed limits.
Have you guys perfected the process?
I haven't driven here to Edison enough, but I drive enough in other places.
But like you got a lot of gear and stuff. Like you got do you have like are you in? What are you in? Are you in like a something crazy like a Winnebago? Like or did you?
Oh gosh, no, we rent cars. We
just rent a car?
Rent a SUV and put all the stuff in the SUV
Yeah.
and go from there. Yeah, and I if it doesn't fit, you can't take it.
Is that, yeah, that's you can't figure out how to make it.
Exactly. If you can't get it
If
in
you're
a,
not
in a vehicle,
master packer,
exactly. And I
you
am a
don't get
master
it.
packer.
Yeah.
I am a master packer.
I had to do one of these gigs the other day. I do a PA gig for somebody where it was just and they showed up in the van and I was like, what is this? And they're like, don't worry about it. You're just driving the van. And I was like, no. We're taking everything out of this van and we're packing it properly.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what? How can you possibly think that this is going to work? Yeah, no.
Yeah, like the van that I was in was packed to prioritize the beer on the bottom, and I was like, no. We have we had probably $200,000 in gear, and it was like we're not.
Yeah, the beer goes on the bottom. Gear goes on the top.
Beer is the last thing. Like,
Exactly.
it's just like
exactly.
the-
Well, it can
where
go
there's
in the back
like,
behind the
something
driver's
fits right
seat.
there.
It's okay.
Yeah, something fits right there, and it's not beer.
I always equate it to playing Tetris. I like
Yeah.
to play Tetris.
Yeah.
And so figuring out how boxes, if I turn it this way,
Right, and if you-
I
right.
can move stuff.
I love that I can eyeball it, and I go, I know what'll fit there.
Exactly.
And then you set that shit up. That's good. Because I've met people that come to this convention, do the convention thing like so consistently that they've got their system, right? Like they got whatever it is. They got their vehicle that they've taken the seats out, all this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, I travel enough that, when I pack.
Just rent something big and get it all in there.
To a point. But
Yeah.
sometimes I have to say, do you really need that?
You probably don't need that.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
And when we fly, it's even worse
Yeah.
because you've got for Southwest, you've got your two checked bags and then your carry-on, and that's about it. And more often than not, I end up with equipment in my bag.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like I really wanted that extra pair of shoes.
But you can pick your seat.
But yeah, I couldn't fit it in the bag to be able to get it to fly. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But
Interesting. I still haven't had the pleasure of flying Southwest.
really,
I've never been in a Southwest city. I think they're finally in one of the New York airports, but I'm not sure which one. So it's like I would have to make
I think it would be Newark.
It might
because
be.
I flew
Yeah.
from Chicago to Newark when I came.
So I'll have to like
the first
plan a
time.
trip. I'll have to be like, I just want to fly Southwest. Let me just see where they go.
Yeah, take
And
it to
just do-
Vegas. It's a
just
nice
do-
trip to
Yeah?
Vegas. Yeah, from Chicago to
That'd be
Vegas.
cool.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cool. Well, Newark. Well, yeah, I don't know if they would go Newark to Vegas straight.
Well, that I don't know, but
Yeah.
I know from Chicago, which is where I fly out
Yep.
of, Chicago to Newark and that kind of thing. So I'm
What
not
is
sure.
what's your commute to Chicago? How far are you from
About
Chicago?
an hour and a half?
It's an hour and a half. That's your airport.
Yeah. Well, we've got an international airport in South Bend, but it doesn't fly as
That's
much
so funny.
as.
That's what we do in Syracuse. We go. We have an international airport.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, I don't know how you international,
Right,
but,
right.
and I don't think Southwest comes out into South Bend, and I want to go and get on. I don't want to.
Right.
Flying makes me a little nervous.
Does it?
Well, I don't like having to change planes and get to planes because my nightmare is not making it because
Right.
something is not where it's supposed to be, or I have to run across the airport
Right.
and all those kinds of things. And so just put me on the plane and then fly me to wherever I'm going and let me get out. And if I have to drive to an airport so that I only have
You'll
one
drive
flight.
further so you can nonstop. it.
Yes.
That's actually probably the.
Well, and think about it. I mean, I live in Indiana, so if I go to Indy, I can get a nonstop. If I go to
Yeah.
Chicago, I can go nonstop. If I'm really desperate, I can go to Detroit.
Yeah.
That's a little farther.
Yeah.
That's 3.5, 4 hours.
How far are you
depending.
from Indy?
2.5
Okay.
from the airport. 2.5.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad.
Yeah, no, I think that's the. You know how on Google it goes when you're doing directions. Well, in New York you can do train. It'll do train, ferry, walking, and then bus.
Right.
And so then you can prioritize one. You like prioritize walking. So I'll prioritize walking so I can just take one train. So that's you should put that into your flight. You go, listen, as long if I can drive, prioritize driving. And then a lot of times the flight set will be like, you should just drive the whole way. You can drive to Vegas. It's fine.
But no.
Just drive if you like to. Because it really is. Honestly, any flight under like 5 hours or any drive under 5-6 hours.
Oh, that's an easy drive.
Yeah, you're better off doing the
That's an
drive.
easy drive. Unless
the
I have
flight-
to take a lot of things with me.
Yeah, because the flight is like driving with more things is you don't have any restrictions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're good. So yeah, that's what I've perfected. I just bought the grandma van from my granny, and we've perfected the tour bus
Well,
like
yeah.
ready to go.
You could take everything you need. You can
Yes.
like say, okay, I might, I can go from here to there to
I'm
there to here, and I
literally
can have
set
it
up.
all.
I show up at a venue to do comedy. They don't have chairs. I go, I got chairs. I'm good.
Exactly.
Like, that's where I'm at finally. Because I've been in so many situations where I get to the venue and they don't have like a thing that they said they had. They're like, why don't you have a stage? Like, we don't have a stage. We never said we had a stage. They're like, you absolutely said you had a
You
stage.
have to have a stage. Yeah,
So like,
you
no,
gotta
I
have
go,
this.
I got a stage in the car. We're good.
Exactly.
We're good. We're fine.
I got something to figure
We're
it all
fine.
out.
We're fine now.
What do you mean you don't have an extension cord? Come
Right,
on, everybody
right.
has extension
Got
cords.
it in the granny van. Don't worry about it. Okay, I took one of the seats out.
There we
so
go.
that I can put everything I need. So that's cool. So that's fun. So are you guys gonna hang and do New York? Do you do that?
The original intention
Yeah.
was to hang and kind of go through New York and stuff, but I've got a family issue that we've got to go home for. So we'll go home on Monday, and then we have a business workshop-y kind of thing next weekend in Philadelphia. So then we'll come back
Okay. Yeah.
and go from there. But yeah, no, the original idea was to hang out here, and I haven't spent a lot of time on the East Coast, and so see who's still here and
Right.
anybody want to do anything and just kind of hang out and see what's where.
Right.
And eventually I'll get to do that.
The Philly hop's not hard. It's a 90-minute drive.
Yeah.
So, but then when you're in Philly, then you're also looking at you're like, I'm not that far from D.C. either.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that far from Baltimore.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
Philly's
it's nice here because
Philly's
it's
a
like, well, it's not
trick.
that far. This is not that far. When
Yeah.
you're back in the Midwest, it's like, oh, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump. 3 hours later, you're
Yeah.
almost there. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
This is easier.
I almost, although traffic is a real factor here for the thing. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday who came up from Florida and they hit an extra 6 hours of traffic
6 hours?
because when you're coming straight up, if you from DC, Baltimore and Philly, if you hit them all at rush hour,
Oh,
then
yes.
you're adding 1 to 2 hours each spot.
Yes.
And then you hit New York and you add another hour. So
Yeah.
I was on a bus once from Baltimore that took 9 hours. It was like
9
out of
hours.
control. Which if you're driving is one thing you just do something else. 'Cause You
Right.
see there's a parking lot. But if you're on a bus,
Yeah. But if you're on a bus, you don't have to worry about driving.
so two things. It's a bus, so like you don't get
Lot-
to
with
do
lots of
anything.
other
You don't get
people.
to eat. You don't get to go to the
That's true.
bathroom. And also I had my dog, and I wasn't sure if my dog was just going to take a shit on the bus.
Yeah, no.
Because she was brand new. She was brand new to the world.
Yeah.
So I don't know how. I didn't know in her constitution.
Oh, sure.
How bad
Puppies are puppies.
shitting on a bus was. Do you know what I mean? Like she knew at that point shitting at home is like a death penalty.
Right. But a
and
bus, hey, even
maybe
us,
not. Yeah,
when you gotta go when you're
if you smell
a kid.
a bus floor, you're like, this is not that different from the outside. If we're being honest. Hold on, are you an animal person? Do you have animals?
Oh yeah, we have a cat, and I've had dogs, and eventually I want to go back and get I don't want a pocket dog, but I don't need a big dog, like a medium-sized dog.
You have a cat.
Yeah, we've got a cat.
People that have cats, I understand what happened. But as a dog person, and I was a nothing person for a long time, and then I figured out the dog thing. Where do you start? When you don't have a cat, where do you start and go, I should get a cat?
When your child says, I want a cat,
That's it?
I want a pet.
That'll do
and
it.
you're like, okay, I need a pet that I don't have to worry about walking.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about, I can leave.
People say cats are like easier, but I really don't think
But I
they are.
can leave the cat if I need to go away and everybody needs to go away. I can leave there. Extra water, extra food. She's got her commode.
Cat won't eat won't eat itself to death.
Exactly.
You're right.
No.
Dogs are dumb. They'll literally just eat until they die.
They'll go, oh, it's food. Oh, it's
I'm just
food.
gonna eat all of
food.
it.
Exactly.
I came home once and found my dog had gone through the trash, and I guess she'd eaten an entire loaf of bread that I had thrown out. So so it was just like this wet thing of dough.
Yeah.
So she had eaten it. Her body rejected it, and then
so,
she got rid of it.
So you
and
had
then
a
it
mess
was
to clean up.
But it was just this big, like it looked like it was pizza dough. And I was like,
Yeah.
where the fuck does she get dough?
This
This doesn't make
is-
any sense.
You know.
Her stomach made pizza dough.
Yeah. See, and I have yet to see dogs that go in commodes. And, so you got to take a dog out. And I've had dogs. So, then you got to clean up the yard.
Yeah.
And who's going to clean up the yard? And
buddy.
when our dogs finally, our young dogs finally got old before we had the kids and stuff, and they left, it was like, oh, well, now I don't have to clean up the yard.
Yeah.
And when the kids get big enough, well, then maybe we'll have a dog, and then they clean
People
up
say
after
cats
the
are
dog.
clean, but I can always smell a cat from across the hall. I always know he's around.
Well, see, I'm lucky because I don't have a sense of smell.
Oh, is that right?
So yeah.
I
Lost
love
my
the sense of smell.
smell.
I love the people that have a dull sense of smell. Like, oh, I'm lucky. I'm really lucky.
Oh yeah, no. Well, in that case,
Yeah.
when I had kids, diapers, I had
Sure.
to tell friends, hey, if there's a problem, you have to tell
You let me know.
because,
right.
and then all the things that kids go through and all the messes and, the flu seasons and all that.
Right.
People are triggered by smells. I don't have that issue.
This is like a funny grandpa thing that I think about. Is like, because when your hearing goes and your smell goes, like grandpas will just fart. Also, they don't care, but also like they'll just fart, and then they're like, if they don't hear it, they're like, it's like an ostrich with his head in a hole. It's like, oh, that never happened.
No, what
There's
are you talking
fart.
about?
There's
Or you
no
blame it
fart
on
here.
somebody else. If
But
you do hear it, you're like, what?
But clearly you can hear it.
Exactly.
And then my grandfather, my old Italian grandfather, like has no sense of smell. It seems like he has no sense of taste anymore either. Because they'll be like deli meat that's like clearly done.
Yep.
Clearly over.
Yep.
From April. It's November. And I try to throw it out. And he's like, what are you? That's still good.
It's like,
and
no, it's not.
It says April. And he's like, I put it in a different bag. He's like, no, you did not. I can smell it from the
No.
the
See, and I'm
guest room.
over conscious about all of that
Yeah.
because if I'm not sure, and because I don't have that sense of smell,
Yeah.
I probably throw things out
Well,
prematurely that I don't need to
Right.
because I'm afraid
I
that
think
there might
most
be an issue.
expiration dates are bullshit on most things.
On a lot of things.
And also, like, my grandfather, I think, just has, like, this lead stomach because he's been eating shitty salami for, like, 50
Ever.
years. Yeah. So
Ever.
it's like, it
Exactly.
doesn't affect him at all. What would kill me is barely
It's like, oh, it's great. It's
barely,
all good.
barely diarrhea from my grandfather.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's fun.
Exactly.
That's really fun. So who are you? What are you signing with? Who are you hanging with?
I am here with the Clips for Sale booth.
Okay.
So I will be at Clips for Sale
Very
for that
cool.
whole time. And just, this is the first time that I've ever really been here at Exotica in a booth.
Yeah.
So this is a whole new kind of
So you
experience.
just come and hung.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Did some filming, kind of
Sure.
hung, kind of met people.
Right.
I did a lot of meeting. I hadn't met people. And
Yeah.
living in the Midwest, there's not a whole lot of
It
people
really
out
is
there.
a whole different thing. Like when you get to feel the acceptance of people.
Yes.
Because when you're out there, especially now in the business, you can just be out there and kind of be lone sharking it, lone wolfing
Yes.
it. What's the word I want? And you're lone shark is something else. Yeah, lone wolf.
Lone wolf, yeah. The lone wolf, wherever you are, if there aren't other people to connect with or
Right.
talk with.
And
or
you can make
that
a
type of thing.
business out of it and build a fan base, but that doesn't mean you're necessarily connected to the other industry people.
Exactly.
So it's cool. It's cool to watch you guys connect in that way.
One of the best things I have ever done was XBiz in Miami
No shit.
in May, because I think it was more a lot for the cam girls, but we went and I sat in all the sessions and everybody, it was just one of those, it was like spring break
Yeah.
for porn people.
Yeah.
Because we was like, oh, let's sit down, come on, here, we got this great big table, we're talking.
Yeah.
And none of us had ever seen, where you from? How you doing? That was 4 days of just being able to connect with
Yeah.
people and not having to worry about, because we had a whole resort for
So
ourselves.
XBiz is not and there's no fans. Is that what it is?
Right. Well, the one in Miami is more for
The business
the
side.
business
of the game.
side. Yeah,
Got
and we
it.
had a
Got it.
whole resort to ourselves, so
No
we didn't
shit.
have to worry about, how you were dressing or what
Right.
you were doing, and well, hey, I got this or I did this or
Yeah.
You could
Literally,
just
there
be
wasn't
you.
even like families. There was like it was just you guys. No,
No,
shit.
it was just us,
that's
and
cool.
so we could just be us. And if you want
Yeah.
to lay out at the pool and just be,
Yeah.
you could.
Yeah.
And there were people there. There was all kinds of booths of, like Cam 4 was out there, and I'm trying to think. There was a whole bunch of people there to get you signed up and tell you
Yeah.
about things and all those kinds of things, and that was great too. But just the connections.
Sure.
We had speed meetings. It was not speed dating, but it was speed meeting or intro or something
Yeah.
like that.
Meetings where you all take speed is what you're saying.
Not quite. Not quite. But
I love those meetings.
networking, speed networking. There's the
fun.
word for me.
Yeah.
And it was just 5 minutes of move around a table
Yeah.
and meet somebody and
I'm
pass
me
out
or you.
cards.
Hey.
Exactly. This
Yeah.
is what I do.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a producer. Oh, I'm an actress.
And even just getting that quick, it's like it's nice because then once you start walking the floor and actually know people, it's a total different thing.
Oh my
Like I
gosh,
would go to
yes.
Exotica for 2 years, and I had just started the podcast, and I was 30 episodes in or so, and I was hiding. I was just like walking around, and I was like, I don't even know if the people I interviewed remember who I am, and I'm just like hiding in plain sight.
Or if you know them and they don't have a tag on, you're like, I know that person.
Well,
What is the name?
I know them. Because it's easier for me to remember somebody in the industry than me as the asset. But they have no bounds to really know why it would be me, or where exactly we met. Right.
That's true. I can understand
But
that.
and even if it wasn't true, that's just how I felt.
No, I get that.
So that was weird. But now I'm finally like,
There you go.
it's me.
Here.
Hey.
There we go. How's it going?
And you don't have to remember where you know me from. You know, but you know me.
Exactly.
So that's cool. That's fun. I'm glad to hear that about XBiz. I don't, because I haven't had that experience with XBiz. I haven't gone to XBiz, so that's cool.
XBiz LA is supposed to be an even bigger
Yeah.
networking kind
Yeah.
of area and learning things and all
The
that.
thing
and
I
hope
learned
to
the
go.
most, honestly, about the Inked Awards was watching people in the industry kind of how they view each other.
Yes.
Because even as a patron, as a viewer of porn, I don't. If I pick a girl as like that's my like Julia Roberts or whatever,
Right.
whatever reference you want, Jennifer, whatever, like that doesn't mean that the industry looks at her as that person. Like
That's
I'm
true.
just bringing this to it because
That's
it's
true.
it's like there's no like. I mean, look, the top the top 5 earners, or whatever, the names that are like all out there, we know. But then everybody else is like you don't know what the hierarchy is in the game until you go to this event and you go, oh, nobody's. I thought she was.
Yeah,
oh,
exactly.
but she's
she
the.
knows and all that. And remember,
and
this
he's
is
the right.
this is the Inked Awards, and they have the Cam Awards,
Yeah.
and there's these awards, and that's
Right.
and what I really like about the industry is there's all kinds of niches.
Yeah.
And where this person might be really great here, they don't work a lot here because this
Yeah.
person's really good. And so if there's some place that you want to be, you can be there.
Right.
And
yeah. It's-
and to be I like to think of the idea that we're all we can all be friends with each other because we're all going to attract somebody different, and
This is
this is
one
really cool.
industry where you guys go, look, if he's attracted to you, doesn't mean he's not attracted to me. Doesn't mean he's not. And it's like every other field has the comedy as well. Like has this push pull where it feels like it's like, dude, you're not doing my jokes.
Right.
We're not really competing like that.
Right.
Right? Like we both want to be funny on the thing, but because they laughed at you doesn't mean they're not going to laugh at me.
Right.
Because they laughed at me doesn't mean they're not going to laugh at you. There's not a finite amount of laughs in the room. There's not a finite amount of attraction in the world. And you guys get that, I think, more than anybody. That it's like, that's fine. That's not where my
where
lane.
I am. Exactly.
Right.
That's not where I am, but that's where you are, and
Right.
that's a great thing, and where I am is a great thing.
And I saw somebody do this. Somebody who I interviewed whose main profession was stripping, and then it's just getting into camming and that sort of thing. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I went and watched her at Sapphire. She went and introduced herself at Sapphire. Said, "This is what I do. I'm a dancer. Whatever." And it was one of these weekends. It was a big weekend with like whoever big name person that they had coming in to feature dance. So this girl came in Thursday, Friday, and was hanging at Sapphire.
Sure.
I was dancing, and so she in 2 days built like a bunch of private clientele.
Sure.
And then I went on Saturday when the feature dance thing was going on, and she had already established herself in the club. That now, so she had all of her regular people. Now she had all of her regular people tipping her to get to the feature girl.
Love it.
Feature girl's tipping her because she got them customers.
Yeah, there you go.
And the whole thing was this.
And everybody's
just great.
making money, and
Oh,
we're
it's
all
great.
working together.
It's
and
just fun to watch. She
Yeah.
she understands what
Yeah.
that game is, and that like just because they like she's not gonna fight over clients. She's
No.
she's gonna share
Gosh,
clients.
no, exactly.
Yeah. So that's
Exactly.
cool.
It's the whole idea. Because,
one of the cool ideas.
especially if she was getting in if she's not available, then go here or go
Yeah.
there.
Like, I've
Somebody's
never
doing
seen,
something.
Yeah, like I've never seen a guy walk off Tonight Show and go, "Hey, this is my other comedian friend." You should
Exactly.
we don't do that. I don't know why we don't do that. And look, it's probably happened, but not really.
Not like what,
Like
hey,
there's like this unwritten thing where like you bring your body to the thing and then you go, but
right.
yeah,
Right.
You don't go, no, go actually have him on now.
Yeah,
I'll go
exactly.
next. Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
hey, I got this idea. We could do this with this one and this with this one, and we can all do this all together.
Right.
And most people are like, why would you do that? It's like, why wouldn't you do that?
Right.
You
yeah.
know?
This every man for himself thing is
no,
dangerous,
doesn't-
toxic.
Doesn't help me.
Not good.
Doesn't do well with
Yeah.
me.
All right, let's brainstorm quick. I've been doing all week to have some Insta type content, physical challenges against people. So I did a booty clap contest that I lost. We just did this chubby bunny thing that I lost. Is there like a superhuman talent that you have that most people don't have that you can probably beat me at?
Absolutely. No, I can't think of
No.
No.
So we'll come up with something, but it's something that we do for fun at the end. We'll think of something we can do. I have a couple fun like rando ideas, and then sometimes I just find something in the room that we can use.
Unless you're a trivia guy or
I love
history
trivia.
guy
We can
or,
do trivia.
you know.
Yeah, I was going to
know.
bring a Connect 4 game, and I was like, I just don't know if we can do Speed Connect 4.
Speed Connect. There we go. Okay.
So what? How do we find you? So first of all, pay for your porn. You pay for your coffee, you pay for your Netflix, you pay for your entertainment.
There we go.
So make
Pay
sure
for
that
your porn.
the performers
We
are
appreciate
getting their money for
Right.
their content. Just because you found a thing doesn't mean they're not getting any more money off of it. So let's keep these people in the business. If you like somebody, keep them in the business. You just got what you wanted from it. Let's get them what they need from the business as well. This is a business at the end of the day.
Right.
How do we find you? How do we pay for your stuff, etc.? How do we follow you?
I have RachelDomino.com. You can come join in it there. You can find me on Clips for Sale, 89595. I am a Southern Charm. You can find me over there under Rachel Domino. You can find me on Twitter at RachelDomino69. I know I have a mini-vids. I know I have a Pornhub. It's everybody is in those areas. You can find me all over.
Cool.
But really, come to RachelDomino.com.
RachelDomino.com, and
Yep.
it's RACHEL.
Mm-hmm.
Domino.com. So
Yep.
check that out. This podcast broadcasts every Sunday night. Rebroadcast by the Demon Seed Radio Network. We're sponsored by Spunk Lube. We will both be. You coming to the awards?
Yeah, I think so. Possibly.
We will both maybe have been at the Inked Awards.
Oh, yeah.
On Saturday. This will be after that, but you can check out who won on inkedangels.com.
Oh, definitely. Definitely check that out.
Also, we have some BTS content. We don't know what our challenge is going to be yet, but we'll figure it out. We have some BTS content from today. So check that out. We're on YouTube. We're on Google Play. Whatever thing you're on, we're on it all. So if you switch platforms, we're still there. We got some Patreon stuff coming. So check out our Patreon. We're trying to figure out exactly what you guys want to see outside of what our normal content is, and we want to bring that to you. So get on the Patreon and support us. Thank you again to my guest, Rachel Domino. Again, check out our behind-the-scenes stuff. It's gonna be